In Iceland, the situation at the Reykjanes volcano has gotten significantly worse in the last 16 hours. Not only does the volcanic eruption still appear to be imminent, likely to occur at some point in the next 2 weeks, but magma has also moved directly underneath the now evacuated town of Grindavik. You heard that correctly, as what is termed a dike has expanded during the last 48 hours, growing from 1,500 meters in length to as much as 15 kilometers in length, primarily expanding towards the southwest. The exact dimensions of this dike are unclear, but it is also presumably at least tens of meters thick and up to 200 meters wide. It contains a volume of molten rock significantly higher than observed during any of the last 9 intrusions on the Reykjanes Peninsula since beginning of 2020, representing a very lower bound of at least 20 million cubic meters of magma in my opinion, although presumably much higher than this. This dike appears to have propagated underneath the outskirts of Grindavik around 7 p.m. local time on November 10th. It then expanded to the middle of the town 40 minutes later, and by 8 p.m. local time now stretched beyond the southernmost extent of the town. Because a volcanic eruption can now theoretically occur at any point along this dike, this was the final straw for evacuating the entirety of Grindavik. Thus, there is a legitimate chance that the following worst-case scenario could occur. In such a destructive worst-case scenario, lava erupts in the middle of Grindavik and builds a cinder or spatter cone, much like a repeat of Vestmannsgeire's 1973 Eldfell eruption, which destroyed approximately 400 buildings in the town of Vestmannsgeire. Currently, the shallowest point of the newly formed dike appears to be at around only 800 meters or approximately 2,600 feet depth, and could hypothetically reach the surface in as little as a few hours. Here is a quick look at where this 15-kilometer long dike is located. As you might notice, it now extends for a length of 3,800 meters into the Atlantic Ocean, and this presents another problem, as if a volcanic eruption occurred at any point in the ocean, the eruption would almost certainly be highly explosive, as the fairly shallow water depths of up to 60 meters or 197 feet would cause any lava that erupts on the ocean floor to rapidly heat overlying water to steam, causing it to rapidly expand and then explode, fragmenting particles of lava and producing ash in what is termed a Circean eruption. Not only would this potentially shut down air traffic at Iceland's main international airport, but also generate substantial amounts of hydrochloric acid, meaning anyone downwind of this volcanic plume would also be at risk, meaning even further evacuations could be required. While the most likely outcome is an eruption near the middle northern extent of this dike near a crater road that formed in 410 BCE referred to as Sindahuga, since an eruption could also occur in the ocean, a guard ship was moved further out to sea beyond where it was believed an eruption was hypothetically possible. While I want to remind my audience that there is still a double-digit chance that the Reykjanes volcano does not end up erupting due to the ongoing volcanic unrest, I am sad to report that there has already been significant damage to several buildings, roads, and facilities in the town of Grindavik. This involves significant subsidence in a golf course, large cracks in a few roads, and even large cracks that went straight through buildings that in one case cut a building almost perfectly in half. All of this damage was caused by the intruding dike which, as it progressed upwards, not only pushed the ground upwards but also apart, causing southwest to northeast trending fissures to form. These fissures cut through everything where they appeared. This spreading occurred at an absurdly high rate where, between 4:45 p.m. and 10:45 p.m. local time on November 10th, the ground spread apart by approximately 1.2 meters or 3.94 feet. While the rate of earthquakes has decreased slightly in recent hours, this could either indicate that the upward motion of magma has rapidly decreased, or it could mean that magma is already at incredibly shallow depths in what is termed an aseismic zone where very few earthquakes occur. This is a dangerous situation, so please stay safe everyone and stay away from the entire length of the dike. As a final note, I would like to thank this channel's new patron Catherine Howell for supporting this channel.